name's Kyle Young, and I have an animal transport business out here in Antelope Valley, just outside of Los Angeles. And this morning, we're going to go visit one of my favorite rescues called Halfway to Home. Suzanne Poth, when she retired, decided to start a dog rescue, and she runs it on a little bit of donations and a lot of her Social Security and retirement. She runs it all by herself. She's out here in the desert, lives with her mother, and she started this 7 years ago in 2003. And here we're about to see what it takes to adopt out 600 dogs per year. And once you start volunteering and seeing the miracles that you just didn't think were going to happen, you know, when a dog gets adopted finally, you just want to keep doing it.
If you go around the place, I think that you will see that there's no more than 2 dogs in every big space, 3 in one big space, and 1 in every other space. So they're not crowded, they're not skinny, they're not dying, they're not unhappy, and they are those that are adoptable are getting adopted out. We did 9 yesterday. Every Saturday and Sunday, rain, shine, sleet, or snow, if PetSmart is open, Halfway to Home is there from 1 to 5 on Saturday and Sunday. If it's the day before Christmas, if they're open, we're there. If it's New Year's Day, if they're open, we're there. And I have the volunteers that come and support this. And we take dogs in from here, and dogs from the community go there and meet us there, and all of them are on display so that they can be adopted out. And we, after they're adopted out, we do home calls to make sure that the placement is good. And I do this because I can, I know how, I know dogs, and they need it.
So right now we're beginning the 2nd day of adoptions for the weekend. Got everybody unloaded, several prospects, dogs being asked about. Mainly her goal, Suzanne's goal, is to reduce the numbers at her ranch just in case things turn bad with the Kern County experience. So, you know, we just hope people come in today and adopt, and the same thing next weekend and the week after.
I adopted a dog in 2009. Her name is Freedom. I adopted her from Suzanne. When I arrived here to adopt a dog, I saw Freedom. I took her on a walk. That's all it took. And when I wrote my letter in support of Suzanne today, she sat there right beside me. She still knows Suzanne. When I bring her here, she wags her tail. It's the only happy part of coming to PetSmart for my dog.
I guess I came to Halfway to Home because of Suzanne and her tremendous impact on the Antelope Valley and surrounding areas for what she does. She's adopted out close to 3,500 dogs since the start in 2001, and you know those words right there speak for the whole thing of Halfway to Home. And it's a tremendous place, and I can't imagine not being a part of it. I just can't imagine.
I'm here every week in the stores here, and as long as Suzanne's here, I'm here too. My daughter started this with Suzanne and was told that help visit, you know, and volunteer, love, and cuddle, and I did, and it's hard to leave. Suzanne is the best woman. She does so much.
She is very nice. She cares. Her rescue is very clean. Her dogs are well fed, and they get plenty of water, and they're really healthy.
From her perspective is just making sure these dogs have the home they need, to make sure they're spayed, neutered, make sure everything's clean. She's got a lot of volunteers that love her and the dogs, come out and walk, come out and feed, come out and clean. She is the cleanest rescue. I've been to different rescues, and she's the cleanest, quietest rescue I've seen.
This rescue is is definitely doing a job that, you know, I never knew about rescues like this one ever.
Suzanne is a wonderful woman, and I'm going to fight to the end. This is it. This is my life. I will be here until there is no more.
And then we stand here and we help people who come here to see a dog, help them look at them and try to get them forever home, and that's what it's all about.
My son came in here one day because he wanted to volunteer. So I brought him in and he was volunteering, and eventually he started tapering off and decided he didn't want to come in, so I started coming in a little bit more just to check on the dogs and visit, and little by little I ended up staying, and next thing you know, permanent volunteer, and that was about 3.5 to 4 years ago. Look at that face. We take good care of these babies, and it shows. They know, they know it, and the people who come in here know it. They can tell that these dogs are different, because they get a lot of love.
Basically what you do is you ask them a couple of questions, like, do you own your own home, have a fenced yard, be willing to make this dog a home, a house pet, part of your family, and then if Suzanne thinks it's going to fit, then we make sure that they fill out the forms. There's 2 forms, one for us and one for Suzanne, and then we make copies of everything, and we give the people the original shot records, the rabies certificates, and their spay or neuter, and then we hopefully have a forever home. They do have a week trial, so if it doesn't work out for any reason, we do have them bring our dogs back. And that's pretty much it. We just got to know it's going to work.
I was actually doing a college class, an ABC certified dog training class, and I needed volunteer hours. Well, I heard about Halfway to Home from another student and came here to get my hours for the school. And actually, after I got my hours, I just kind of fell in love with being here, so I continued to come back every day or every weekend to help out.
So far, we've adopted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dogs.
Roxy was today.
10 dogs.
Just because they're a rescue pet doesn't mean that they don't deserve a home too, because they're just as sweet and lovable as any other pet.
I'm Donna Barrett. I'm the head trainer here at PetSmart in Palmdale, and I have worked with this program, Halfway to Home, for over 4 years now, and they are the #1 rescue program in our district for adopting out dogs. Suzanne and I are both trainers. I mean, we hit it off just because of that. She's very good with the dogs, very loving with the dogs, and the thing that I see more than anything else is that she's very careful about who takes her dogs, and medically, you can't have a complaint. She doesn't have dogs that come in here sick. If there's a dog that has to have some kind of surgery before they can be adopted out, she will not adopt that dog out until they've had that surgery. This is one of the largest volunteer programs, which says a lot about the program in itself. They're not going to end up back in the shelters. They're not going to be euthanized. They're going to have wonderful long lives with their families, which is what dogs should be having.
I'm a foster mom, volunteer, and I try to rehabilitate the large dogs by bringing them out to my house 6 at a time. And we do walking and house training, not just potty training, but socializing in the house and working around the other animals that I have, riding in the car, learning how to crate train. I try to give them the whole realm of experience so that they can become adoptable big dogs.
They're careful about the fencing of the homes that take them. They don't just give them and say anybody can take them, and people that take them are going to show these animals a good life.
My wife Kathy and I support Suzanne and Halfway to Home. We regularly make donations of money to them. We bring blankets, we bring food, we bring everything that we can to help this lady who is working her butt off to help animals. We strongly believe in her, what she's doing, and totally support her.
They're going to tell me that they have decided that I can have 10 dogs on this property. And that doesn't include rescue dogs. That's 10 dogs, period. My mother has 3. So that means I'll be able to have 7 more. It's just nuts. I'm not very political. I just don't really get it, why they want me to disappear. I've been doing this for like 10 years, and it seems my statistics are that I've adopted out over 3,500 dogs.
It's really upset my daughter, my 10-year-old that you spoke to earlier, because she was in tears saying, you know, well, what are we going to do with these dogs? You know, because we know them, we have relationships with them. She can't imagine any of them being put down. And that's probably going to be the fate of some of these dogs if we can't find other rescues that can absorb them. They're going to be put down. And I mean, look at this little face. There's no way.
Kern County, I think, needs to rethink their idea of permits for rescues that do a good job. There are rescues out there that don't, but they need to look again at what they've decided. If it's because of animal control, they need to go reassess what's happened, because some of the stuff that we're getting back as far as information, animal control has not done their research.
That's the thing, she needs time. They want her to do some upgrades to the property, and she's already done some. But she needs more time, and since she is a nonprofit, she doesn't have that kind of money. She needs the money, she needs people to donate, she needs time, really. She needs a couple of years to do the upgrades that they want to do. She's willing. It's not that she doesn't want to follow their rules. She doesn't want to break the rules. She just needs more time.
They need to look at how much good this rescue does. Hundreds of dogs have gone through this rescue. Hundreds of dogs a year, and there's been several years. And those dogs would either have been still on the streets, hit by cars, or euthanized at the shelter. The hundreds of dogs that went through this rescue have homes.
To look at the posters of all the animals and know that basically their life's at stake right now over something so silly is beyond heartbreaking, because I don't know how anybody can look at them and deny them and not have a heart. She always makes sure that they have their shots. She always makes sure that they're neutered or spayed, always. She makes sure that all their shots are up to date. She does everything that she's supposed to do to care for these animals. On a day-to-day basis, she has to care for all of these animals, you know, and for them to basically, you know, say no is just heartbreaking. I don't know how anybody can do that to anybody and to all these animals. Where are they going to go?
So do not shut this woman down. She saves animals, she rescues animals, she brings them in from the desert where they're dying of thirst and malnutrition, and she gives them love, attention, and everything that she possibly can, and finds the best possible homes that she can find.
So when I heard that Halfway to Home was in trouble, I went home. I got my family to write letters of support. I wrote a letter to the editor. I called the Planning Commission. I came here and I made a donation to help them with their legal fees that might be upcoming, because what Halfway to Home does is different than any other animal control unit that the county provides, and they do it without taxpayer dollars, which is the key. And the idea that the Planning Commission would shut down a successful and low-cost and effective fundraising organization, charitable organization, and replace it with a government commission or a government agency is, in my mind, the height of interference.
Would you rather have them with an organization that is doing good, or would you rather have the dogs out in the desert, and that's where the feces will be, the dogs out in the desert, and that's where the starvation will be, the dogs out in abused homes that abuse them, and I mean, think about it. Whoever is listening to this, think about it, please, and don't shut these people down.